obligatory prayers which must be offered again, qaza, if missed. Witr prayer must also be offered after tahajjud midnight prayer. Witr prayer should be offered after farz and sunnatul muqadda or sunnatul isha. It consists of 3 rakats. It differs from other prayers in this respect that in the third rakat, before one bows down from the performance of ruku, one should say Allahu Akbar, raising the hands unto the ears and placing them in the former position below the navel. One should recite the following dua called Dua Qanut. اللهم إنا نستعينك ونستغفرك ونؤمن بك ونتوكل عليك ونثني عليك الخير ونشكرك ولا نكفرك ونخلع ونترك من يفجرك اللهم إياك نعبد ولك نصلي ونسجد إليك نسعى ونحفظ ونرجو رحمتك ونخشى عذابك إن عذابك بالكفار ملحق. O Allah, we implore you for help and beg forgiveness of you and believe in you and rely on you and extol you. And we are thankful to you and are not ungrateful to you. And we alienate and forsake him who disobeys you. O Allah, you alone do we worship, and for you do we pray, and prostrate, and we betake to please you, and present ourselves for the service in your cause, and we hope for your mercy and fear your chastisement. Undoubtedly, your torment is going to overtake infidels. The significance of the actions involved in the
Hold on, beta. You see in the box there are 3 points. And Noor Muhammad, can you read the second point again?
It is only witr prayer other than obligatory prayers which must be offered again qaza if missed.
Huh. You know, qaza is the prayer which we happen to miss because of certain reason, and missing prayer without reason is a sin. And the genuine reason can be the calamity. Calamity mean if there is an earthquake or there is a storm or there was a war. Under these circumstances, you may delay a prayer, but once you delay a prayer, so you have to offer only the first prayer. Nafal, Sunnah, they are not required to, to offer the qaza of such prayer, but the qaza of witr will be done. This is the point. Is there anybody with a question? Or it is understood by everyone?
Clear, sir.
Joseph Ahmed?
Sir, no query.
Okay,
Clear, sir.
good. So, significance of the actions involved in the performance of prayer. What is the importance of the actions? Can you read further, Noor Muhammad, this point?
Yes, sir. Muslims are required to begin the prayer with takbir, Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest, which is the clear, eloquent, and full, forceful affirmation of the greatness and majesty of Almighty Allah. The postures of prayer inculcate humbleness and subordination among Muslims. Muslims express their humility and obedience through heart, tongue, hands, and feet, assuming different postures in the prayer. All bodily postures, such as standing with respect, bending down in ruku, and prostrating in sajda, show humbleness and submission to Allah. This humble presentation reduces pride and arrogance and makes Muslims more humble in nature and obedient to Allah.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. And now the next part is about the congregational prayer, or जिसे कहते हैं नमाज बा जमात. Abdur Rahman will tell us something about this congregational prayer. Okay, what is the importance of congregational prayer?
Sir, the congregational prayer is much better than the 10 times better than the private prayer.
Anyway, keep on saying.
Sorry, sir, not 10, 27.
Achha, then what?
So, sir, it has more sawab in congregational prayer than.
What is sawab called in English?
Sir, sawab called in English?
Reward.
Reward, yeah. Sir, it has more reward than private prayer.
No, listen, mera beta. Private. Do you know what is the meaning of private prayer?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, which we offer alone.
No. Private prayer कहते हैं दुआ मांगने को.
Okay.
हाँ जी. Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. I will ask Abdur Rafiq. Abdur Rafiq, can you tell us something about congregational prayer? What do you know about congregational prayer?
Sir, congregational prayer is when two or more people pray together.
Good. What else you know?
Sir, its reward is more than individual prayer.
Yes. Okay. What else you know?
Sir, this much.
Okay. Ji Hassan Bajwa. Hassan Bajwa.
Yes, sir.
What do you say? Bajwa don't want to say anything. Zain Ahmed Irfan is going to tell us something about the congregational prayer. Zain Ahmed.
Sir, congregational prayer is when two or more people pray together.
Further, I will ask Muhammad Rehan Kashif. Muhammad Rehan Kashif, can you tell us something about congregational prayer? I think he is not interested. Muhammad Kundi, do you hear me, beta? Tell us something about congregational prayer.
Sir, congregational prayer is sir, it is offered in the masjid. Sir, it is offered among two or more people, and sir, it has more reward than the ordinary prayer. If you perform it alone, it has 27 times more reward. Sir, it removes arrogance and pride among the people.
Thank you very much. We are talking about the congregational prayer, and you are talking about the prayer. Your point is relevant. Muhammad Kundi, please continue. You're right. I'm sorry.
Sir, it brings the Muslim community together. It removes the pride and arrogance between people, and it tells people to be together, whether he's rich or poor, weak or strong.
Thank you. Muhammad Ahmed Siddiqui, what do you know about congregational prayer? Muhammad Ahmed Siddiqui.
Sir, congregational prayer is between two or more Muslims. A male Muslim should be encouraged to offer congregational prayer, and congregational prayer has more reward than praying alone, and congregation prayer also make
Thank you very much.
Muslims united.
Thank you. Ahmed Nawaz, can you tell what are the conditions of prayer? Ahmed Nawaz. Ahmed Nawaz. He is not interested. Zian Kaleem Khan. Yes, Zian, tell us something about the conditions of the prayer. What are the conditions of prayer? I just want to check, do you recall something which we discussed earlier, or that's it? Finished, we don't recall anything. Ji Noor Mohammed.
Sir, we must be clean. Like we should have performed wuzu or ghusl if we are in a state of major
Thank you
impurity.
very much.
And
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. जी हसन आबिद मोहम्मद हसान आबिद मोहम्मद हसान जी question.
Sir, I have a question.
Hmm.
Sir, like,
What is?
sir, congregational prayer, we have more reward in it, right? So, like, is it like praying in the masjid different compared to praying at home, like with your family, for example? You're still with two or many people. Would you get the same amount of reward for going to the masjid, or would you get, or like, would you get a special reward for going to the masjid or something like that?
Okay, I got it. You see, मेरा बेटा, you know, Islam promotes unity, collectivity, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you see, on the other hand, everything we do, we get reward for that. You may have the reward in this dunya, and of course, if you are a Muslim, you will have the reward in the hereafter. What is the reward in dunya? You see, if you are not taking part in collective activity, you may remain alone. You may not have the friends. You may not have the companions. You may not have the sympathizers. You may not have the supporters in this dunya. But if you are, aware of the fact and you are going to masjid and you participate in collective activity, so it is healthy sign that you get involved with other people, and you got the know-how about them, and you may have good friends, or if you come across that some people they need some support from you and you can support them, so you can discover them and you can help them, and it will promote the peace, love, understanding, and stability, which is the purpose of Islam.
Yes.
And in the hereafter, you see, there will be reward. And what is that reward? For example, when you go to masjid, we are talking about the benefit of the congregational prayer. If you go to masjid, you see, whatever, if you happen to take one step toward masjid with the intention to offer salah, for one step you have taken, one small sin will be removed from your account, and in your account it will be mentioned that you have done a good deed. And in the days to come we will study the portion of hadith where it is said, when you take a step toward masjid, not only your sin is removed, not only you got the reward of one good deed, you will be rewarded as if you have given sadaqah, as if you have given charity. Okay, Bashar Sayyid, I hope you got the.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And sir, is this correct that like if we don't find another spot to pray, like we can pray in any religious place of other religions, like for example
You
a
see,
church or something like
listen,
that?
mera beta, listen
A
me.
church.
The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has declared that all the earth is pure for Muslims, and wherever on earth you are, you can offer your salah. But you see, if there is a place which is used for impure activities, or if there is impurity, or there shirk is being committed, you cannot offer salah in pub, because of course that is it.
Yes.
And similarly, you cannot offer salah in a place where the people they are committing shirk,
Yes.
or you cannot offer salah if there are images in front of you on the different walls.
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, you see,
Sir,
all the
but like
masjid, all the earth is, pure, regarded pure for Muslims to offer salah. Ji Abdurrahman sir.
sir, but what
Sir,
about
why is
like
it not allowed to pray in the graveyard?
No, graveyard is a graveyard. We are not allowed to construct a masjid even in the graveyard. Okay, because you see, if you remember, Moshe Sayyed, I will take your point again.
Yes,
You
sir.
see, when we discuss, there are 3 timings when we are not allowed to do sujood. You know, when sun is rising, when sun is at its top, and when sun is setting. Why, Bala? Because there are some people, they worship sun at that time. And if you Muslim do sujood at that time, it means there is a kind of similarity in you and those people. So to avoid this, we are forbidden. Okay. Now you
Sir,
see,
so but
listen, Abdurrahman. And you see, in Islam, we are not allowed to do sujood to the graves or or to the human. And what if someone is offering salah inside the graveyard? Won't there be any similarity with the disbelievers? Those who do sujood to these people or to the grave, there are people. And I understand. You see, if there was already masjid, and then some people they prepared graves around that masjid, it is okay with that particular masjid because masjid was already there, but the graveyard was established later on. Do you understand my point?
yes, sir.
And I think you got the answer of your question which you was about to say.
Sir, but as you said that we cannot do sujood at the time when the sun is at the top.
Ji.
So, sir, there is a time of Salatul Duha. At that time, it's 9 to 10, something like that. So, sir, at
No,
that time, the sun is
no,
on
no,
the top.
the sun is on the top means when there is half of the day. This is zawal ka time कहते हैं भाई.
Oh, okay, sir.
जी बेटा. जी Mosher, you are saying something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but very low voice is coming up.
Sir, and like, what about like if we worship in a church because like they're from Allah's divine books, but like.
Good question. You see, Sayyid Bashar, Hazrat Umar Raziallah Ta'ala anhu, he was the Khalifa of Muslims. He was the second caliph, and he went to Jerusalem. You know, Jerusalem was under the control of Christians, and afterward Muslims they took over Jerusalem. And when Hazrat Umar Raziallah Ta'ala anhu went there inside the city, it was the time for Dhuhr prayer. The Christians they offered him to offer inside the church, but he refused. Do you know why he refused? Because he was very wise man. He said, if I offer salah today here, then in the future Muslims might think that that was a masjid where Umar prayed. So they might,
Harm the place or something like that.
Huh?
Harm the place, like why is there a church now, for example?
Yeah. So they might turn that church into masjid. So to avoid this, Islam is very lenient, very kind in this regard.
Yes, sir.
But
Just
you have,
asking.
okay. But you see, Islam is totally different civilization, and the Prophet ﷺ and his followers, his companions, they maintain this identity. We are not allowed, listen, Mirabit, we are not allowed to dress like them. We are not allowed to copy them. It is forbidden.
Sir, but like the Christians, like instead of like the good traits we Muslims had, they copied us. So like, what about that?
Okay, you see, Almighty Allah said to the Muslims in the Holy Quran, it is said, you are the best people, evolved for the people. You are the best people, evolved for the people. And in the best is to be copied, na?
Yes, sir.
Whatever is the best, that must be copied. And
No,
we
sir,
know
but the Muslims themselves, they're turning into like their ways. They're they're the Christians are taking our good traits and we're taking their bad traits. Like,
so this is our mistake. Now there's nothing wrong with the religion.
yes, sir.
It is our problem. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
is we are impressed. Okay. This is we are not that perfect. It's our problem. So let me say about this congregational prayer now. You see, first of all, male Muslim, मर्द जिसे कहते हैं, male Muslim, they are required to offer salah in masjid. Ladies can offer salah in houses, but the male Muslims, they must go to masjid.
Sir, what's the reason for that?
I'm telling you, na beta. So remember, if the male Muslim, they do not go to the masjid, what is the purpose of masjid? Where is the collectivity? Where is the brotherhood? Where is the get together? Okay, you see, and Muslims are commanded to offer prayer not individually. Muslims are commanded to offer salat together, combined prayer, get together. You see, Abdur Rahman will tell you about this ayat, how many times this ayat is repeated in the Quran. Abdur Rahman, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Aqimus Salah.
Sir, this is repeated
hundreds of times. By 32 times this word Salah, Aqimus Salah is mentioned in combination with Zakat. And hundreds of times this word is repeated in the Quran as Salah. Aqimus Salah mean, oh, you who believe, establish prayer. What is this established prayer? By get together and then offer Salah. And you know the Prophet ﷺ has said, the prayer of two is better than the prayer of one. The prayer of three is better than the prayer of two. The prayer of four is better than the prayer of three. What do you understand from this?
The more people, the
Sir,
better.
it means that as many people will join the prayer, it will be much good.
Yes.
Sir,
How
the
much
more
good?
the better.
You will get more reward for that.
Yes, sir.
And you see, the Prophet ﷺ has said, if there are two Muslims, they should offer salah in congregation. Yani, minimum there can be two, na? But whenever there are two people, they should offer salah in congregation. Which ba jamaat namaz padhe. One should be the imam and the other should be the follower of the imam. And if there are three, there are four, so they must do that because of different reasons. Number one, Islam says that you have to have the collective activity. You are the brothers. You have to exercise this brotherhood. You have to exercise the unity. And there are lot many benefits in this dunya and in akhirah. Let's begin with akhirah. You know, if you happen to offer salah individually, you will get the reward for one salah. You have offered one salah. But if you happen to offer salah in congregation, it will go up to 27 degrees. From this point onward, we will discuss in the next lesson. Until then, Allah Hafiz and take good care of yourselves.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.